Hello, welcome to this lesson on the preparation and packing of personal equipment. The aim of this lesson is to demonstrate the makeup and wearing of personal equipment, to teach the meaning and preparation of Complete Equipment Marching Order, or CEMO, and to describe the content and packing of the equipment. It's likely that you've been issued a bag like this. There's one main compartment, two side pouches, a top lid and a zip pouch in the top of the lid. Inside here we need to pack everything we need for one night in the field. That needs to include a shelter, a sleeping system, a change of clothes, some basic hygiene products and some food. I'll start with my main pouch. Under the lid, this is where I keep my sleeping mat. This is a folded or rolled foam mat that insulates us from the ground. This is important so we don't lose body heat to the ground if we're sleeping in a forest or in an old building. If I open the main pouch, I have lined this pouch with a black bin liner. What this liner does is this prevents moisture and water getting into the equipment and items I have inside the pouch. Inside here then, this is where I have my sleeping system. I have a sleeping bag contained within a bivy bag or sleeping bag liner. This waterproof liner allows the sleeping bag to stay dry while adding warmth to the sleeping bag. At the bottom of this pouch, this is where I have some spare clothes. And the way I like to pack is in one zip seal bag, I have 1 day's spare clothes. So inside this small bag, I have a spare t-shirt, boxers and a fresh pair of socks. When I take my dirty, sweat clothes off, I put them in this bag, zip up the bag and it goes back into my Bergen. We have to separate dirty clothes and clean clothes. Also at the bottom, I have a pouch of some basic washing and hygiene products. In here I have a face cloth, a small tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush. Washing in the field is not normally very easy. We don't have access to lots of running water and we certainly don't have lots of hot water. The simplest way to do it is to bring a pair of baby wipes. These wipes allow us to clean ourselves off, to remove any cam cream and to wipe down any sweaty parts of our body to stay dry and healthy. We would clean ourselves with the baby wipes and then we'd put our fresh clothes on again. We want to try and do this in the morning and in the evening. And that's all I've got in the main pouch. Moving on to the side pouches then. In one pouch, this is where I have warm clothes and my waterproofs. Same again, these are insulated and waterproof using a plastic bag. In here, I have a pair of gloves. I have a waterproof jacket. And I also have an insulated warm layer. And that's all I have in that pouch. Moving on to the other side pouch, this is where I have my shelter equipment and my spare food. My shelter consists of a shelter sheet, a number of tent pegs, as well as some bungee elastic and some paracord. And finally, I have my spare rations. Remember, I've probably eaten my breakfast in the morning, my lunch meal and snacks are contained in my webbing, so all I have here are spare food, some drink powder sachets, my cooker and my evening meal. The final pouch in my Bergen is the zipped top pouch. In here, I want to keep any small personal items that will make my life comfortable in the field. Naturally, that includes some sweets and chocolate. And also, I need things like spare batteries. I carry my torch on my smock, but I need spare batteries and I'll carry those in my Bergen because that's the chance when I'll get to swap batteries over. Other things you can put in here, you could put a USB power bank if you were bringing your phone out on exercise. However, that's not normally recommended. You could keep a penknife, you could keep a lighter, or you could keep some other items that will help you to set up your shelter and to stay comfortable in the evening. The one thing with all of this then is we try not to make a mess when we're sleeping out in the field. If you remove an item from your Bergen, as soon as you finish using it, it should go back in your Bergen again. This way, not only do you keep a track of what equipment you've got and where it is, it also means you'll be able to move off much more quickly in the morning if you're not having to chase around and pack your Bergen all in one go. It also makes sure that your equipment doesn't get damaged, or if the weather changes and it starts to rain, that your equipment and your dry clothes don't get wet. So it's just as easy to remove items, to use them, and to put them back in the Bergen again. If you notice when I'm packing, I'm not being terribly neat. There's no sense in folding things or putting things into small stuff sacks as you put them gently and neatly in the Bergen. The easiest way to pack and the quickest and most efficient way is with those loose, soft items is just to stuff them into the Bergen. That way they'll fill up any loose space and they'll use the most efficient space possible inside the Bergen. You'll also notice then that my sleeping bag also didn't come in a stuff sack. I had pre-laid it out into my bivy bag. This way, the bivy bag also acts as a waterproof layer if my Bergen was to get very wet. Even though it's in the bin liner, I still want to make sure it's protected. But it also means when it comes to packing it, all I need to do is make sure my Bergen's open, and with the bottom of my sleeping bag, just stuff and feed it into the Bergen, leaving the top open so any air can escape and the bag and bivy bag can compress. This way, it shouldn't take too long to pack everything you need for one night back into your Bergen again. When you're finished, cover it up with your waterproof liner, cinch up the top of the Bergen, fold or roll up your sleeping mat, place the sleeping mat back under the lid and secure the lid. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or ask one of your instructors how they would do it, or maybe they will have other items that they would bring and exercise with them. I will also be doing a video going through the packing of my webbing and its contents, and also a different Bergen with some more advanced equipment that senior NCOs and people with their own equipment may wish to purchase and how they may want to do things. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.